Kishore, Krishna Kishore, but he prefers to be called Kishore. A small introduction on Kishore. He is into cloud computing and infrastructure management. He actually is also into the stock market. His ambition is to retire by the age of 40, which I'm sure he will do because the way I watch him, such a go-getter. He takes up so many roles in Medicare, and I think he's also taking up roles in our Toastmasters club. And when I asked Kishore, is it important to be kind? He said yes, depending on the situation and the kind of help required. So before I ask Kishore to come to the stage, let me ask his evaluator, the leader of the lecture.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. For the benefit of the guests, I used to wonder, why is the objective red here? The speaker would have already gone through the objective and preparing the speech. So we are all given ballot papers here for us to evaluate whether the speaker has met the objective. The evaluator is reading out the objective of their particular speech. Today, Krishna Kishore has taken the second part. He has completed one part and is moved to the next part, which is motivational strategies. He has selected motivational strategies and he is in the level 1 of it. And the second project, the purpose statement of this or the objective is that the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback and apply the feedback to the second speech. Most of the objectives of all the parts are similar, where all the body language, eye contact, everything will be looked upon by the evaluator in evaluating the speaker. The purpose of the speech again is for the member to present a speech and receive feedbacks from the evaluator. The title for today's speech is The 220 to Boston. Toastmaster Krishna Kishore, 220 to Boston. Over to you.
220 to Boston, Kishore, and 220 to Boston.
Jack Jones was in New York City. He wanted to go to Boston. He was there, he went to the airport, he bought the flight. He realized that he has some time. He started roaming around the airport. He got onto the weighing scale. He inserted a coin. Then come and he said, your name is Jack Jones. You weigh 188 pounds and you're going to catch the 220 to Boston. He was puzzled. How come this machine know my name? My weight, that's fine. And how come it knows that I'm going to Boston? He stepped down, got back onto the machine, inserted another coin. There comes his fortune. Your name is still Jack Jones. You still weigh 188 pounds and you're going to still catch the 220 to Boston. He was puzzled. He went into the men's room. He changed his clothes. He crumbled his hair. Got back, stood on the machine, inserted another coin. Again came his fortune. Your name is still Jack Jones. You still weigh 188 pounds, but you just missed the flight to Boston. Good afternoon, my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. How many times did you miss the flight to Boston? Personally, I have missed it many times. It was the day one into my gym, probably in the month of June, to be very precise, 3rd of June. I inquired in 5 different gyms. Zero downtown to Slam Fitness, which is there on OMR. I paid 9,600 rupees, a hefty sum I have invested in my whole life on my head. The very next day, I woke up at 6 a.m. I was just taking the cool breeze for a very long time. I did not woke up at that time to enjoy the weather. I got into the gym. There were already few people running and running and running. They were burning out the biryanis they had yesterday night. I was so enthused to see them running and running. I got onto a treadmill. I chose the program. I started the mission. Slowly I was getting into motion. I tilted my head up. There I saw a surprise. Funeral chariot was there exactly in my opposite view. If you remember that plank who used to carry four men used to carry for our last ride. Now we have modernized it to a vehicle which is very well built. This particular thing has impressed me so much. I was disgruntled, thinking like, why did I pay the whole year premium to this Slam Fitness? I was feeling so bad on that day. I couldn't do anything, but I was feeling like every day I have to see this from now on. I went back home, came back, it continued for 18 long days. Every day I come in, I look at that, I get depressed. My mindset will get depressed. and I wouldn't be able to do what I want to do in gym. This continued for 18 long days. To be very precise, again on 21st of June, I came back into the gym. I slowly was getting into the motion. I was looking for my friend in the opposite. This day I couldn't find it. My spine was shivering. There was so much of thought flowing in my mind. And I couldn't do anything on that day. But for a very long time I was waiting for this moment. I did not want to see that in my front view. I was completely drowned that day and went back home, sat down. I was thinking, why did I feel this way? I was expecting that, but I felt even more depressed when it was not there. When I started thinking constructively, if I'm not taking that pain that day, it is giving to so many other people or families because they have lost their near and dear ones on that day. The single thought has changed my perception to the way I look at things. The next day I was on the road, I saw a flower crust on the road. I couldn't see that completely. Then I realized the flower, the flower treats every situation. Be it if you have to welcome someone or you have to send off someone. It treats every single situation. Wherever it is, it glorifies the occasion for you. Look at the flower, the lesson, what it can teach us. Don't look at things the way you want to look at. You go there and make the things happen. Glorify with your kindness. That is what the theme of the day. Glorify with your kindness. Don't look at with a negative perspective with anything what you see. That is the very biggest lesson I learned. Next, coming on, I was just thinking like why I was into this mode of this thing. Then I realized if there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. If there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. My dear friends, if you have to take the flight to Boston, you have to get into the airport and look at the schedule, not on the missions, looking out for your weight. If you are into a gym to lose some calories, you have to focus on doing that. If something is distracting you, find a new place in the gym where you do not get distracted. Rather than that, I have wasted some close to 21 days of precious time in my life just thinking about this negative thought. Did you ever miss your flight to Boston, man?